Tonight, the Supreme Court considering whether to once again limit the Voting Rights Act. The case comes out of Louisiana, but the court's decision could affect every state and potentially the balance of Congress ahead of the 2026 midterms. Our legal correspondent Katie Barlow was at the High Court today with the latest.
Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act prohibits voting practices and procedures that discriminate on the basis of race. The law was passed in 1965 in the wake of Jim Crow to ensure equal access to the voting booth, particularly for Black Americans. So what happens if state lawmakers draw a congressional map that discriminates on the basis of race? How do you fix it? Louisiana drew a single majority Black district for the state's 6 congressional seats, even though the state's Black population is roughly 1/3. And a court said that likely violates Section 2. So then they drew a second majority Black district, and then a group of non-Black voters said that new map discriminates against them. Now, a majority of the Supreme Court justices today appeared sympathetic to that argument. Justices Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, and Neil Gorsuch, all conservatives, appeared open to striking down Section 2 entirely. Justice Brett Kavanaugh, an often critical vote, said that some race-based remedies for discrimination have been okay for a limited period of time. They cannot be indefinite. The United States also joined the case, arguing to limit the scope of Section 2. They say that Louisiana and other states are just stereotyping voters based on their race.
You know, sort of traditional racial gerrymandering thoughts is that, well, you must be a Democrat or you must be a Republican. And because you're Black and you live in, say, Washington, D.C., then you're automatically dehumanized by the government and considered just a piece of the puzzle.
Justice Elena Kagan pushed back against Kavanaugh's point, saying Section 2 only applies if there is evidence of race-based discrimination happening right now. One advocate said the results would be catastrophic if the court strikes down Section 2. She said we only have diversity across the South because litigation forced opportunity districts under the Voting Rights Act.
Here will deal with every state legislative body. These 9 unelected officials can upend every election in America that has anything to deal with our maximum representation. So I hope that people stay prayerful and they continue to come out to marches and demonstrations that we indeed control our democracy, control our fate.
If the court strikes down or even limits the scope of Section 2, it could create an opportunity for Republicans to draw more favorable maps in several states ahead of the 2026 midterms.